Alright, to episode 4 of today's adventure. Let's go inside the Castillo de San Marcos, first line of defense in the old city. Let's do it. If you all are curious, this is the coat of arms that's on the top right over there. Now, there's not a whole lot left to it. I'm going to focus a little bit, but we'll get up closer. But this is the original entrance to the Castillo. Even during the 1500s, this is where soldiers would come through, protect the city. That's mainly what the Castillo was for. And I know, oh yes, actually here's another example of the coat of arms. Quite beautiful if you ask me. Check this out.
They had red trim all around the building,
and right here, this is what the old barracks used to look like. We have an example of the beds. If y'all can't tell, I mean, it's very, very similar to Fort Matanzas. Granted, Fort Matanzas I consider is the younger sibling of the Castillo de San Marcos, the last line of protection into the back way. And oh wow, I think there's a bird in here. And maybe we can get in here, but this is what the prison looked like. And it looks like there's a little bit of light. You all can tell. It's really hard to see. And if you can all see this, this is some graffiti left over by the soldiers. Soldiers, men at arms, prisoners, Spaniards, Britishmen, all residing within this old fort. And also we have more examples right here. This kind of tells a little bit more. I think all this is Spanish, I think. Maybe. Let me know in the comments below. So I have some more right here. And now that we've seen this, let's go outside. Now that was cool, but you guys, this is the courtyard. Let me bring it into a little more focus. But this is the courtyard of the Castillo de San Marcos. This is where men would meet, they would train, they would fight. I mean, just look at that. Really, really pretty. It's all good. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but these steps, I think they were added in here later. I think soldiers got up here another way, but I'm not too sure. That part I need to study up on. And it's honestly not that bad of a tract. But here we are on the top of the lookout towers. Lookout towers? I think lookout towers. Really, honestly makes you wonder, you guys, what all this fort has seen. Especially from the days that it was owned by the Spaniards, then transferred over to the British, and when finally the colonists got a hold of it, when this great country became the United States. I mean, just look, I mean, the grounds practically speak what has happened, but they don't want to. I mean, all this is really interesting history. Story from a bygone era, you guys. This tells a little bit of the history when in 1702 the British went and burned all of that. Where you all see buildings now, all of that was decimated in order to try and take over Florida. And for a while, they failed. And I really like this cannon right here. I mean, the thing is epic. I'm seriously wondering how much power that thing had. Because, I mean, some of these cannons, they could fire up to about 2 miles away. Think about that. That is a very strong weapon. Like that one right there, and those right there. And I'm just seriously wondering how much power these babies had. I mean, they're so cool looking. Oh, here's more history on it. Kind of examples on how these things fired. The narrow ones looks like they had more of a narrow shot, and the smaller ones looks like they went meow. And this one is really, really cool. This one you can actually get in, unlike the others that have been covered over. And we are gonna go inside. That is cool. Look at the rotunda. That's so cool. Now let's go downstairs and see what they got. So yeah, a lot of cool history. Especially this place is just so amazing. Now let's check out some of these rooms. Looks like this tells some of the history of it during the 1800s, especially during the Civil War era. More information. Standing orders. Let's see what's in this dark area. Ooh, that. Looks like we've got some more networking. An old cannon. If I'm not mistaken, this room is allegedly haunted. By the way, not sure if y'all can see that, but we are gonna go in here, and I'm not sure if we can see anything, but oh my gosh, went here a while back. And the story behind this is, I think there was a lover's quarrel, and the gentleman who was not too happy, he buried the two lovers inside these walls, and essentially they starved to death. So if y'all want to know the history about that, in the links below, I will post about that, because this room kind of has that ominous feeling about it. Now let's get on. This was the treasury room, but there's really not a whole left in here. Let's go check something else out. Like we reached the chapel, guys. Kind of tells what life was like. Catholics, monks. Imagine the Virgin Mary used to be right there. This is the chapel. Again, you guys, we have more of an example of what colonial life was like at the fort when the British took over. Interesting. And we're finally nearing up to the end, you guys. But this is what the storehouses used to look like at the fort. Like, this is where the soldiers would keep their food, their wine, the stuff that they would live, so they really wouldn't have to go out in town all that much. And plus, when there was a siege at this fort back in 1702, and all the people in St. Augustine were pulled up and hid in this building. Well, this served as a lifeline. And this is one of my favorite parts. Well, of course it's not this empty room, but it is what's in here. This is one of the original doors, not during the 1500s, but I think during the 1800s that this one was put into practice. I mean, but just look at the sheer size of it. That is incredible. Okay, that was the Castillo de San Marcos, you guys. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of today's adventure. I know, with especially sharing onto these Facebook groups, it has gotten a lot of good feedback, a lot of good attention, and I thank you all so much, and I hope you all enjoy this most recent video. Now, continue to watch my vlogs and wait for the next episode. And as always, stay posted, stay tuned, keep in touch with me at Dream Poet at Facebook, as well as my Instagram in the links below. Thank you all for the love and support. I love you all very much. Peace, you guys.